What if the magic that returns in middle age isn't a second youth, but a long overdue reckoning with the parts of yourself you renovated away to fit someone else's blueprint? In Don't Hex the Handyman, Ivy Spellman delivers a cozy witch romantasy that transforms the midlife awakening trope into a luminous celebration of imperfection, proving that true enchantment doesn't erase wrinkles, it illuminates them. This isn't merely another magical romance with quirky spells and charming contractors. It's a witty, emotionally precise narrative where every crooked shelf holds a memory. Every misfired hex feels like both failure and revelation. And love means choosing repair over replacement when everything screams for a fresh start. From the first sawdust and sage narration, listeners are welcomed into a world where maturity is the ultimate catalyst and vulnerability is the only spell that truly sticks. Perfect for fans of heartwarming romantasy and stories where healing happens through collaboration rather than perfection, this audiobook serves up atmospheric comfort, relentless authenticity, and a protagonist whose journey from polished emptiness to sovereign wholeness resonates with anyone who's ever mistaken renovation for reinvention. When recently divorced witch Ilara Vance hires stoic contractor Ben Calloway to restore her grandmother's crumbling cottage, she expects professional distance, not to discover his quiet craftsmanship mirrors the groundedness she spent decades suppressing beneath performative competence. But as Ilara navigates botched charms and buried grief, she realizes this project isn't about fixing a house, it's about reclaiming a self. Spellman masterfully avoids reducing Ilara to flustered heroine or Ben to magical manic pixie. Instead, she crafts a relationship rooted in radical reciprocity, where consent is negotiated through shared labor and intimacy emerges from honoring each other's expertise without demanding fusion. The audiobook narration amplifies this emotional precision, capturing Ilara's brittle resilience softening into genuine ease, and Ben's disciplined restraint revealing warmth beneath calloused hands. You don't just hear their bond deepen, you feel the seismic shift of two souls learning that magic isn't found in flawless execution, but in the brave choice to build something real from the ruins. What elevates Don't Hex the Handyman beyond typical cozy witch fare is its nuanced portrayal of midlife magic as embodied wisdom rather than nostalgic escape. Ilara isn't merely rediscovering power, she's confronting how marriage and motherhood taught her to equate worth with utility, challenging the notion that value requires productivity. Ben doesn't fix her through devotion, he creates space where her chaos can exist without judgment, honoring her autonomy even as his own walls crumble. Their relationship evolves through acts of radical reciprocity, sharing silences during sanding sessions that bypass performance, establishing boundaries that protect both creative integrity and emotional safety, and defending each other from townspeople who mistake change for crisis. Supporting characters add vital texture, fellow witches whose gossip encodes care, elders whose wisdom carries both warning and grace, even the cottage itself, rendered as living archive whose warped beams absorb decades of unprocessed longing. Every interaction reinforces the novel's core truth. In lives shaped by erasure, tenderness is restoration, and presence is the only true foundation. Even the magical mechanics serve thematic depth, with misfired spells mirroring emotional integration, and structural repairs becoming metaphors for earned trust. For audiobook listeners, this production is pure auditory sanctuary with substance. The narrator embodies Ilar and Ben with remarkable distinction. Ilara's voice carries crisp intelligence laced with dawning softness, while Ben's low timbre trembles with suppressed tenderness beneath practical cadence, making their chemistry palpable even during mundane moments. Sound design enhances atmosphere without overwhelming intimacy. Distant hammer taps marking creative rhythm, rain against restored windows during vulnerable confessions, the hushed rustle of herbs syncing with breath during quiet exchanges, all anchor emotional stakes in sensory reality. Pacing mirrors the cadence of renovation, deliberate during demolition and reflection, then accelerating as external pressures collide with internal breakthroughs. Whether you're commuting through urban chaos or unwinding in twilight solitude, the audiobook creates a portable haven where slowness feels sacred and connection feels lifeline. It's storytelling as embodied validation, transforming passive listening into active participation in a love story that honors both history and horizon. Press play, pick up the tools, and prepare to believe that even in landscapes shaped by loss, hearts still find ways to rebuild. Your next favorite romantasy isn't waiting in flawless enchantment, it's waiting in the brave, trembling choice to create something true from the wreckage.